red light is on, it's just the batteries acts up, but as long as the light is on, you'll be heard.
Welcome, everyone, and it's March the 30th, 2023, 2:30 in the afternoon here in the council chambers. We moved the police commission meeting up to the 30th from next month to accommodate vacations. So we'll start off. Could I have a motion to approve the agenda, please?
Motion to approve.
I'll second.
Motion moved by Commissioner Lloyd, second by Commissioner Mason. You've all heard the motion. All in favor? Contrary-minded? Motion carried. Approval of the minutes. Has everybody had an opportunity to read the minutes? Could I have a motion to approve? Moved by Commissioner Kay, seconded by Commissioner McGilvery. You all heard the motion. All in favor? Contrary-minded? Business rising. The first thing is, I spoke about, usually we have an NSAPG meeting and one of the members will go to it. We did the rounds and nobody was interested or could make it. Is that something you'd be interested in?
Where and when?
We don't know. Susan's going to check into it for us.
It's somewhere in Nova Scotia, typically, probably Truro, Halifax, Bridgewater area.
Obviously, depending on the schedule, I might be interested.
Okay, so you'd be interested, and if you can't go at the time, then Donnie will go. That's no problem.
Yeah.
Okay,
So
good.
it just depends on the date and.
Yeah, there's police forces there, and there's, well, you've probably been to them before, but anyway, so we'd like to have somebody there, and you'll have to bring a report back.
Absolutely.
Okay, good, thank you.
Yeah. PowerPoint slides.
All right, so that's taken care of. Was there a letter sent to Nancy thanking her for her service, you know?
Yes, it was.
Was okay, thank you. Parking on 145 4th Street. Chief, how did we work out with that?
Don't think we have any tickets to report on that, but they have been checking on it.
Okay, good. Thank you. That's it. Is there anybody else has any questions on the or anything rising? Okay, no questions. We'll move on to the monthly activity report. Is there any questions in the monthly activity report?
I have a question. I don't remember, I just might not have noticed before, but the STEP, selective traffic, is that a new category? Is that something, what is that?
Yep, Inspector Pond's going to speak to that, and also with the monthly report, it's going to reflect on the additional issues that came out of last month's meeting, so he's going to speak to that.
So STEP is like selective traffic enforcement. So Commissioner Lloyd had a complaint about the school being picked up in her area last meeting. So I think there was 3 or 4 of those STEP occurrences were directed at her complaint. There was one on the Ford area, and I think Commissioner Knight had one on Poplar Street as well about the stop sign. So they were all related to specific complaints that are brought forward. So with that, there was 7 occurrences generated in those areas. There was 3 charges and 12 warnings as a result. I think primarily there was a lot focused on McGregor Avenue in that area. But that's so we can talk to it and separate it from regular motor vehicle act. That's like selective, certain only purpose is for that that complaint. So
Good, thank you.
That's what they are.
I like it. What's it, selective traffic enforcement patrol, or what's that?
It got cut off. It's selective traffic enforcement, and I'll have the P in there.
Policing.
Yeah, it could be patrol program.
Okay. I think it's a good idea, thank you.
It's relatively new to pros, I think, as of last year, but we started using it just instead of like 16 motor vehicle or 20-some motor vehicle, we could narrow it down to these were the ones that were dedicated to specific complaints.
It's a good idea, thank you, I like it.
Is there any other questions? Okay, so we'll need a motion on the acceptance of the monthly activity report.
I'll make a motion.
I second.
Motion by Commissioner Mason, second by Commissioner Lloyd. You've all heard the motion. All in favor? Contrary-minded? Motion carried. Correspondence? Yeah, please.
A letter was sent to Minister Sean Fraser back in December regarding the policing program from the RCMP, and we received a response from Mike Duhem, Deputy Commissioner of Federal Policing, and I certainly can read it for the record. Dear Susan Higdon, I am writing in response to your correspondence on December 16th, 2022 to the Minister of Immigration, Refugees and Citizenship regarding your concerns about changes to the Royal Canadian Mounted Police Federal Policing Program. My apologies for the lateness of this reply. The RCMP's federal policing program mandate is to address the highest national threat areas, national security, including terrorism, foreign actor interference, ideologically motivated violent extremism, and Canadian extremist travelers, transnational serious organized crime, border integrity, cybercrime, and issues from a national perspective. There is no reliance on provincial or municipal funding for this mandate. With respect to transnational serious organized crime, the federal policing program is focused on criminal activities that cross international and/or provincial borders carried out by organizations, networks, or entities that use Canada as a destination, transit point, or safe haven. Mid-level organized crime is a provincial responsibility, and I understand that Nova Scotia may be exploring this issue further. While I appreciate your concerns, I can confirm that the federal policing mandate has not changed. Rather, the program has adjusted priorities to more effectively align its resources and focused on highest level criminal threats. This actually began several years ago with federal policing resources centralized throughout the country, and several federal detachments in Ontario and Quebec have been shut down to realign resources. My office is working with PricewaterhouseCoopers to determine how to best meet our mandate commitments with our current resources and position the federal policing program to better meet the needs of Canadians. There have been multiple consultations over the last several years with the Nova Scotia Department of Justice, Public Safety, Canada, and the Contract Management Committee, which includes representation from Nova Scotia by RCMP officials at both divisional and national levels. We will be conducting additional consultations with provincial officials in the coming months, and as the RCMP continues its federal policing transformation over the next 5 to 10 years, there will be continued consultations with contract partners, including the province of Nova Scotia and Public Safety Canada. I urge you to ensure your interests and concerns are captured at the provincial level. I would like to thank you again for taking the time to raise your concerns.
Thank you. So we're gonna look at the preliminary budget. Any questions on the budget? Susan and the chief can probably help us on that.
So with regards to the preliminary budget, we are looking at a 3% increase. I'm not sure if anyone has any specific questions, but this was done with the chief, myself, and finance to go over for 23-24. It does include, so the training and travel, it does include for dispatchers for the 22-23 year. Dispatch admin support is coverage at time and a half when staff had to leave for QP, and then the QP increments, there was an increase to dispatch salaries from that. The WCB rate is up, so that would be the reason for the police benefits increase. Legal and prosecution, I believe the chief has indicated this in the past, that, there was a late bill coming in from the previous year, which it caused the increase. And there were some damage claims and a pension review as well. So I'm not sure if there's any other questions on that.
On the IT side, there's a drop there.
Yes, it's just, a lot of work was done last year, and it'll be accrued over to the next year from the leftover.
I just make the comment that we were over budget last year by about 150,000, so we've increased the budget by 3% this year, and we're hoping that next year comes in with meeting budget targets. Thank you.
So I guess we have to approve it so we can send it on to council.
You can certainly send this as a recommendation to council for budget deliberations, yes.
So if everybody's in agreement, if you want to make a motion, we'll send this to council, say that the police commission approves this budget.
Yeah, I'll make the motion.
I'll second it. And on the question, what's the capital budget this year? I don't remember seeing very much.
For police, there's no capital.
That's what I thought. Okay, thank you.
Not yet, anyway. So we heard the motion. It's moved by Commissioner Mason and second by Commissioner McGilvery that we approve the budget and pass it on to council, recommended that we approve. All right, thank you. I apologize for the way things went. It should have been gone to you guys first, but I mean, next year we'll try to change that, so maybe we can have Brenda come in and sit down and go over the police budget with it and do it upright. Okay, preliminary budget, we got next meeting.
Looking at May 3rd, if that works for the commission, it's, I believe that
Wednesday.
it's a Wednesday. Chief Hovek's not available at the first
Yeah,
Thursday.
so is that okay with everybody? Check.
I'm here, I'm available. You're not available, okay, so May 3rd does not work. Do we want to go the week after? Which is like,
Why don't we do it this way? Why doesn't Susan send out an email and you tell her what dates you're available? And we can collaborate on that? How's that sound? No, not just you, everybody. I'm talking about everybody. We can all send in their day, these days were not available or whatever, and then she can work it from there. Pardon? Yeah. No, I know that. I'm just trying to make it,
that's typically our regular, but Chief Hovek's not available. So.
yeah,
May 4th, our typical day,
yeah,
he's not available, so that's why we're looking for an alternate date.
okay.
Tuesday the 2nd.
Well, the chief is off. He's off. And the 4th.
Monday, May 1st? You're not available at all.
Monday, Tuesday, Wednesdays, I normally have contracts in the day, during the day. So whereas I'm here on the 4th, but in the week of the 8th, it just happens we have a 5-day contract that week.
So do we want to go to the next week of the 15th?
What's your availability that week?
Yeah, I'm good on the 18th.
15th?
18th.
18th?
We could do like the end of April.
Okay.
What's the Thursday before the 4th?
The end of April, the end of May.
Not here. Okay, Commissioner
The end of May, you said?
End of April, but Commissioner Mason is not available.
okay, I got you. April 27th, all right. What time? I got, the only one is I got a mental health meeting, crisis meeting at 1:30. So, on the 27th, yeah, and then that one's with the staff. I mean, I can go a little later, you want to go a little later in the day? You want to go at 3 o'clock?
Kevin's still not here for that one.
You're not here for that?
I'm gone the 7th for 3 weeks.
Oh, well, it doesn't matter then, you're not going to be here for both of it. Yeah, okay, pick a day then.
We can do
Do
the 27th.
the 27th.
Later, maybe 3 o'clock.
Okay, 27 is good. Get a, 3
27th,
3 o'clock.
3 o'clock.
All righty. That was it. That was easy. Peter, are you okay? Yeah.
Okay, perfect.
Okay, so I need a motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn.